Hello, in this video I'm going to discuss printing and sending the itinerary and all the options available. For a detailed look at the itinerary itself, see the tutorial on Documents, Itinerary and Rates. To print the itinerary, under Print there are two preliminary choices, Itinerary and Rates and Itinerary Only. These correspond to the two main uses of the itinerary, as sales tool and the basis of the contractual agreement between the company and its clients, and as instructions to guides and drivers in operations. Itinerary and Rates is for clients, Itinerary Only for operations. Click on Itinerary and Rates. Thereafter, there are a number of options. These options are the same for Itinerary and Rates and Itinerary Only, except that on the latter, Hide Rates is ticked by default and the Display Rates options do not appear. The default setting and options accessible to change depend on the client and the project. The default language depends on the language defined for the client. Display rates defaults depend on a number of factors, as we shall see. It is possible to print itineraries in English or French. When a different language is selected, the whole itinerary is automatically translated. If the client default language is French, remember to change the language to English when printing the itinerary for a driver that does not speak the language. Ticking text only removes all tabulation. When it is ticked, Hide Front Page and Hide Itinerary Pictures are automatically ticked. The recap and map disappear. The timing column disappears and all information appear in a single column. Frames, for example around the heading, and package rates also disappears. This is useful if you want to copy and paste a selection of the itinerary, or if the client wants to be able to do so. Hide Front Page removes the front page. This page is important when the itinerary is being used as a sales tool. Once the sale has been made, for printing the file set and for operations, the front page can be hidden to make the itinerary more compact. Hide Itinerary Pictures hides all pictures in the itinerary. Ticking Display Small Pictures replaces the itinerary pictures with smaller pictures. Itinerary pictures are general illustrations of the destination. The pictures displayed depend on the areas visited and not on the services included in the project. They are high quality and scenic and enhance the appearance of the itinerary as a sales tool. Small pictures are smaller and specific to the providers included in the project. They are more suitable to expert users. You can have either of the types of pictures, but not both at once. None should be included on the itinerary printed for the file set and operational documents. Display Hotel Info displays a description of the hotels used, appearing between the itinerary and the rates. For each hotel, it shows the provider name, a picture, provider type, category, area and location, the number of rooms, and a description of what the provider offers in general, in terms of leisure and wildlife activities, and in terms of bedrooms and bathrooms. The providers are in the same order as in the itinerary. Hotel info is generally included if the client is new or does not know the providers being used. It can be included whenever requested by the client, but never for operational documents. Highlight Restaurant Meals displays in bold in the itinerary all meals that are at restaurants as opposed to hotels. For guided tours, restaurant meals are typically more interesting as well as more costly than hotel meals, so a plus that deserves highlighting. For dinner, the name of the provider is always shown, whether it is at a restaurant or hotel. For lunch, the name of the provider is not shown, neither for restaurants nor hotels, unless the Display Lunch Restaurant option is ticked. The itinerary is a contract between the company and the client, and the company may not always want to commit contractually to the exact location of lunches. So by default, the provider names are hidden. But guides and drivers need to know exactly where to go, so on operational documents, they need to appear. Highlight restaurant meals and display lunch restaurants can be used together to place a specific emphasis on meals. Hide sales conditions hides all sales conditions at the end of the itinerary. Sales conditions are between the company and the client and should never be included in operational documents. Display booking statuses applies only for booked projects. When it is ticked, the status appears between the timing and the text. This is most useful for self-drive and package tours where there are a limited number of services per day. The itinerary then serves as a confirmation of services booked as well. The status displayed is less technical than on the reference. It displays NA not available if the status is waitlist or unconfirmed, RQ if it is request confirmed, request sent or on request, and OK if the status is OK or long advanced booking. Display service keys is a technical function strictly for internal use only to resolve problems. When it is ticked, it displays in red for each service the provider name and code, the long heading and service heading, and start and end location. With this information, the IT and database departments can find the service in the system to resolve any problems. Hide timing hides all timing on the itinerary. This is especially useful for guided tours where the timing is entered for operational reasons and not to be sent to clients. Hide dates hides all the dates in the recap and the itinerary, displaying instead day 1, day 2, etc. This is used for seasonal and annual quotes where the actual date in is not known when the project is first sent to the client. Hide rates hides the rate printing options, forces sales conditions to hidden, and hides all rates in the itinerary. Rates are between the company and the client and should never be included on operational documents. There are 4 options to display rates: package, detailed, child, and per passenger. Which of these are available as well as which are selected by default depends on the project, whether the client is set to access detailed rates, whether the project is set to invoice package rates or not, if set to invoice package rate, whether rates have been amended or not, and whether the passenger names have been entered or not. If the client is set to access detailed rates and the project is set to invoice package rates, by default, package is ticked. If the project is set to invoice package rates and the rates have been manually amended, the detailed option is not available and the per passenger option is inaccessible. If the project is set to invoice package rates and child rates have been calculated in rate setup, the child option can be ticked to display these rates. If the project is set to invoice package rates and names have been entered, the child option is not available. If there are no children in the passenger list, no child rates can be displayed. If there are children in the passenger list, the child rates are automatically displayed and can't be hidden. If the client is set to access detailed rates and the project is set to invoice detailed rates is ticked by default. In such cases, the package and child rate options do not apply and are not available to select. Per passenger rates can be displayed. Once the passenger names are entered, both detailed and per passenger are ticked by default. If the client is set not to access detailed rates, the detailed rates option is not available. Once the required display options have been selected, the itinerary can be printed by clicking on Print and Print, for example, to include in the hardcopy file set or for guide and FIT booklets, or the itinerary can be saved and sent. If you click Save as Word, a Word document is generated and attached to the project. If you click Save as PDF, a PDF is generated and attached to the project. You can view these documents in attached docs. Click on the file name to display. If you click on Email this project, the itinerary is closed and the Email this project page is displayed. This is the same page that can be accessed from Service Basket, Email this project. Under Send to, select to whom you want to send. For example, an internal contact, and add a client contact, and add, or enter any other name. For the selected recipient, you can select whether they should appear as to CC or BCC. To delete a contact erroneously added, click on the red cross. The itinerary display options appear, set to what it was when you last saved a Word or PDF version. If you did not save either before clicking Email this project, you can generate a PDF from here, or select the itinerary you want to attach. Only Word or PDF versions corresponding to the currently open project can be selected. Previous versions are visible below as read only. Enter a cover message and click Send. The email is sent with the message appearing in the body and the itinerary attached. The same print, send, and save options apply to the itinerary and rates and itinerary only. If you save a Word or PDF version of the itinerary, the system memorizes the display options selected. The next time you click on Itinerary and Rates or Itinerary Only, these options will automatically be selected again. Any adjustments required can be made. And that is it. Thank you for watching.